Now in Boomtown, 10 TV's commitment to covering the rapid growth of Central Ohio. That growth is creating controversy, though. Cities across the area are known to give tax breaks to developers as an incentive to build new homes or renovate existing buildings. Now, the goal is to bring affordable housing to Central Ohio, but that's a decision that could end up making you pay more for city services. As reporter Kevin Landers explains, a controversial housing development in Whitehall that's coming up for a vote in just about 30 minutes is sparking a major debate over tax breaks and affordable housing.
We have single-family homes on larger lots. We do not have 50 townhomes built essentially right next to each other.
Holly Stein's home is next to an empty piece of land in a wooded part of Whitehall. The city and a developer want to turn this into a housing development with townhomes starting at $365,000. It's called Fairway Cliffs. The project includes a city park.
They're giving what's called 100% property tax abatements for the first 15 years.
That tax abatement is at the heart of a debate between residents and the city about whether this development deserves a tax break. It's also getting
what's called a TIF, or a tax increment financing, and that's for another 30 years.
45 years of tax breaks for a development that creates homes in direct contrast to a 2022 Whitehall City survey. 28% of those who responded said they want affordable housing, which is why the money from the tax breaks has angered some residents who fear they'll be taxed more to make up for the difference.
That new tax burden is now on the shoulders of the City of Whitehall residents.
10 TV requested to speak to the mayor and the development director, but both declined. In a statement, the city said, quote, "This is a market rate project to diversify the housing market in Whitehall and will add some parkland for the community. We recognize the importance of balance in the housing landscape for our city." Stein, who is running for city council, believes Whitehall and other cities need to rethink how it doles out property tax breaks, especially if they're not improving areas of blight.
When you look at the empirical data, it says don't do them.
The data she's referring to comes from an independent study conducted by 2 Ohio State professors. It found Whitehall ranks 3rd among all cities in Franklin County with the most TIFs, with 1,428. That's 23.8% of its parcels.
If you're a developer, Whitehall looks like a really good place to go.
Mark Partridge conducted the study. He supports guardrails on how tax breaks are used and restraints on the length of time cities use them.
Is there a correlation between my property taxes going up and the TIFs that are being given out?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a correlation. And also on their local income taxes.
Take a look at this income tax map. At 8%, Franklin County's income tax is higher than almost everywhere else.
So that's our fight.
Meanwhile, residents like Holly Stein are urging city leaders to rethink tax breaks for developers so communities like hers and others don't have to increase taxes to make up for lost revenue.
It is very frustrating.
Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
And 10 TV is committed to covering Central Ohio's rapid growth and how it affects all who live in the region. So if you want to see stories of how your neighborhood is changing, you can always watch new episodes of our special This Week in Boomtown. Just download our free 10 TV Plus app on your Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Roku devices.